Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be analyzing three assets, VECHAIN, Ripple and the euro-dollar cross. We will see where they might move over the next weeks and months. Please subscribe to our channel if you want us to keep releasing technical analysis for free, while to receive our real-time alerts and our newsletters on cryptos, stocks and Forex, then you might want to join our growing community on Patreon. You will find the link in the description field. Let's start with the VECHAIN, as you can see here with a weekly chart. What we can see immediately is a point of control where we see this huge increase in terms of volumes in association with the varying long black candle which is engulfing the previous long white one. Okay, when that happens, I've been suggesting for a strong retrace, which actually happened. The retrace came to retest the previous all-time high at 0.10 US dollar. So what is going to happen next? Definitely we're going to see a strong rebound for VECHAIN till testing this area between 0.17 and 0.19, okay, with some excursion point till 0.20, from where we are going to see again a new retrace. Okay, so for those one who are eager to make trades on a short term, for those one who are eager to speculate on a very short term, then you might want to join, you might want to buy VECHAIN at market. Right now it is worth 0.1187 with the very first target at this area, okay, between 0.17 and 0.19 US dollar. We're going to hit that area with a 95% of probabilities. Now, if you had the chance to watch my previous YouTube videos, when most of the moon guys out there were calling for a sensational target prices, I was calling for a retrace for actually the crypto world, and the reason was because we've experienced a huge increase in terms of volumes, what I call a point of control. Okay, so when that happens, I like to work with ethic, and I've been calling a retrace. I received some comment where someone was saying, okay, this is never going to happen. For example, I gave some precise price target for Theta, saying that Theta would have been retracing till 8.6 with some spike till 4, which actually happened. But obviously the community doesn't want to hear what is probably going to happen, but they want to hear that actually the cryptocurrencies are going to moon all the time, which is actually not real. It's not the reality, and the reality is because every asset moves following the cycles actually theory, okay, which actually rule everything in the world, right? We know that the universe moves following precise cycles, etc., etc. So everything is about cycles that happens even in our lives. Okay, we born, we grow up, and then we die. It's a cycle, even in this case. Okay, so we change 0.17, 0.18, 0.19. This is the area from where we're going to see VECHAIN retracing again, and then we will need to evaluate again the volumes. Okay, now let's move on and let's analyze Ripple. Ripple has a very interesting chart. As you all know, I like to use two envelopes in order to understand where the asset might move. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. We have two envelopes, which are actually two triangular moving averages with a certain type of standard deviation. Beneath, we see two kind of cycle, one cycle and then the magnitude cycle with actually different and personalized kind of parameters, okay, based on the average cycle for the kind of particular asset. Okay, so what we see here over the weekly chart, we see here the red curve is still above the azure one. Here for the magnitude cycle, the white curve is still above the orange one. Actually, those are two very positive signals, which means we cannot right now say that we are inside a bearish trend, and the reason is because the reality is telling us something different. Okay, so the two curves are still positively oriented, which means the derivative is above the zero. Actually, this is a very positive signal for us in both cases. Okay, now if we switch to the daily chart, we will see something extremely interesting. it's an important reflection about Ripple and US dollar against US dollar. What we see here is a perfect cyclicity. Now, we all know that cycles tend to be different to each other in terms of amplitude and in terms of length, which is the distance between the 2 points of lows. And what happened here, if we analyze the last cycle, is that right now we see that the red curve is below the S1, which means we are inside the weakness momentum, inside the period of weakness. Yet it's extremely important to analyze this cycle, which can be considered as double the previous ones. Okay, which means, in other words, that the last cycle was extremely bullish. This is a very important message for us. In other words, while for 2 years the Ripple has been moving horizontally, right now the fact that this cycle was actually the double of the previous ones is telling us that the bullish forces have entered the market massively, and actually that's a very positive signal, because I do believe right now we will be moving actually around this area between 0.670 and $1 for a few days, and then we will see actually a new rebound up. Okay, so I'm still extremely bullish on Ripple. I do believe that in a matter of few weeks we will see again Ripple skyrocketing, and the reason is because right now we see that the cycle is turned negatively. Okay, so with a slope actually negatively oriented, but once the daily cycle will be oriented again upwards, then we will see Ripple skyrocketing. Okay, and again, even in this case, we can see how the two envelopes work greatly. Okay, because we know that once the price crosses above the upper band, then we should be expecting a contrarian movement to retest the lower band. Okay, right now we've seen the test of the lower band actually at 0.65 US dollars. So from here we are definitely going to see the price again moving up to retest here actually the upper band. Actually that happened all the time. Okay, we see here upper band, lower band, upper band again, lower band again, and as well here. Okay, so what is going to happen next is that actually Ripple is going to retest 1.50 US dollar with a 95% of probabilities. Okay, that will be happening actually at the end, I do believe, of June or something like that. Okay, we will see where we will be at the end of June in terms of cycles. Definitely this is what is going to happen, and I remind you to check my YouTube videos once we will be in June, late June or July, to check my forecast actually issued on May the 31st. Now let's move on and let's analyze Eurodollar. For the Eurodollar, I have a fantastic bullish scenario. Actually, I've been I've been analyzing the Eurodollar over the weekend. I've been sending over to my Patreon a very detailed newsletter. I cannot reveal everything, but what I can say is that what we see here is that the monthly chart has turned positively. I found an incredible 16 years pattern with 8 years of bullish ascending phase and 8 years of descending phase, actually back till the 70s. I know that now you might think, okay, but in the 70s obviously euro was not there, but it's a projection. Okay, so what is happening right now is that we have started a new bullish multi-year momentum for the Eurodollar. So I have big projections for the Eurodollar. Let's switch to the weekly chart in order to understand where we are in terms of cyclicity. What we see here is that actually we are in the final momentum, in the final part of the ascending phase for the Eurodollar, which means actually over the next weeks, or let's say during mid of summer, we will see the Eurodollar moving back, retracing, because I do believe we will see the actually the descending phase of the Gauss curve. Yet that will be a once a time, actually once in a life opportunity to accumulate into euro against US dollar. Okay, so where we can accumulate, actually this is the area 1.15, 1.16, 1.17 for us will be a fantastic area from where we want to buy euro against US dollar, with actually a very long term investment for us. Okay, so obviously if you have much shorter time frame, a much shorter scenario, then you should be also watching at the daily chart, and of course to have the detailed trade analysis. If you want to receive our trading signals, then you might want to join our growing community on Patreon, where I do provide with all the trading signals, even from my robot. Thank you guys.